Hey guys, y'all want to see a wolf in sheep's clothing? You want to know that there aren't people in our political system, the media, or whomever that's part of the government, police, media, the city, um, you name it, it might not be who they say they are. I mean, look at people like me and you, people who date around and get to know people. People aren't who they say they are, or so they seem they are. Some are. Some are. Um, but just watch this. Listen to how our banks got started. Actually, up to the part where the banks got control through Congress and a bill. Listen to what these people that worked at their own banks and did to trick us, the rest of the citizens, the people, and take this and look what can go on and is going on today in our political system with like guns, who knows, we could say the LGBT, we could say police and shooting and of people. Who's to say that something more sinister ain't going on? But I'm going to rewind this a little bit and I'm going to let you all listen to it. About it's about here.
The six men that Nelson Aldrich brought together included the head of banks, branches of government such as the Treasury, and some of the richest people on earth at the time. To give you an idea of how rich they were, in 1910, these six men represented a quarter of the world's worth. The bankers told the American public that the purpose of the system was to stabilize the economy and to stop the grip of the Wall Street banks over America. The problem was, the guys that wrote the bill were the very same people they said they'd stop. If they succeeded, it will give a small group of men the ability to create money from nothing and loan it to the American government with interest. So why was it done in secret? Because the American people didn't want a central bank. Back then, unlike today, people knew what central banks were and understood them very well. Everywhere a central bank went, there'll be wealth inequality, wild swings between economic booms and busts, and after each bust, those at the top of society mysteriously came out richer while everyone else got poorer. Europe was the running example of this at the time. The Federal Reserve was originally drafted as the Aldrich Bill, but when it came into Congress, they recognized Senator Aldrich's name and smelt a rat. The bankers needed better cover. They decided to send two millionaire friends to carry the bill to quell the suspicions of Congress and renamed it the Federal Reserve Act. Next, in a textbook lesson of deceit, the bankers set out to fool the American people through disinformation. In the newspapers of the day, the bankers screamed and protested against the new Federal Reserve Bill. It would ruin the banks, they exclaimed. The average person read the protesting articles of the bankers and thought to themselves, if the bankers hate it, it must be good. And then they ended up unknowingly supporting a Trojan horse. The bankers also fooled Congress by putting clauses in the bill that limited their power only to remove them once the bill was passed. A double head fake of the public and Congress was all it took. The bill was passed on December 23, 1913, while most of Congress was out on holiday. And with that, a small group had complete monopoly over the issuing and creation of American money.
So, let's get a light.
Today-
Here we go, so you can see me. So there you go. Don't that sound like what's going on today with these guns and wanting to strip the people of a way to protect themselves? And what if I told you that we're going to go through another economic collapse? And they know it's only time that's going to be on their side or on our side, whatever, until we hit this next boom. And guess what? The richer are going to get richer. So your big companies like gas companies, motor companies, things that we all need are going to get richer. The lesser people, your family, your I don't know, farmer markets, your family-owned companies, big corporations that the government don't need you, you're going to go under. Which is usually, if you're not working for a big company, a federally owned company, you're not going to live. Financially, you won't. And it's going to be up to people to the ones that don't save up, don't hold back, I don't know. It's kind of like a dog, how they had their bones. Kind of like the same thing. If you ain't stocking up on stuff and going to the grocery store from week to week, or even day by day, 3 day by 3 day, whatever, to get your food, what are you going to do when you can't get money out of the bank? What are you going to do when you swipe that card, the bank denies it? But even though you know there's money in there, but according to the banks, once you put it in there, that's their money. And all it is from then is an IOU note. Haven't you ever seen some ATM machines where it says insert notes here? The IOU notes. That's all it is. They're notes. It's their money, but they're telling you how much you can use within what you have in there. But they can take that right away anytime they feel. And to keep a semi-small bank alive, they can just take your money, fork it over to a bigger bank, and it's up to that bank whether to give you the money or not. And from what this video is saying, they'll take from the people if they have to, just to try to make that bank survive. It's not right, but the bills that was passed back in those days, that's what gives them the right. They tricked Congress, they tricked us, they tricked everybody. Well, I hate to break it to you, but if you have no way of defending yourself, no way to hunt, and you've got everybody acting like little girls, little sissies, don't want to fight back, don't want to buck up, they're gonna overrun on you. It's only a matter of time. And they're pushing their agendas pretty hard right now. And the ones that know it are, you know, the Agenda 2021, 2030. 2020's just next year. It's almost here. And there's something to do with it within 10 years from 2020. It's only going to get worse. And I believe it's going to get a lot more repetitive on the news, on the media. I don't know. Something fishy. I just had to show that to y'all for the ones that have an open mind. Puts all this together. I'm leaving it in your hands. Good night and bye.